Okay, so let's talk about the theory behind the lighting. Okay, again, if you don't have light in your scene, everything will be very dark, right? And people cannot see what your animation is all about. Okay, that's why you have to put light in the scene. Now, another thing that you have to keep in mind when you light the scene is that it's not just about lighting a scene, right? So there is a lot of other information that you have to keep in mind when you actually like putting light in the scene for your character. Okay, I mean the first one, of course, like the purpose of having light is to illuminate the whole scene so people can see what's going on in what's happening in the scene. And number two is that information to the audience, right? Having a light in the scene generally can see like is it nighttime or is it daytime, and also can see like how deep is your stage. Okay, and again the third one is aesthetic, right? A good lighting can have nice aesthetic feel and make the picture or the render looks very nice and pretty. And again, lighting can also be used to do things like storytelling, and most importantly is the mood, right? And again, silhouette, and the list going on. Okay, now in this example, right, this is actually taken from Monster Inc. You can see like there is a lot of information that you can get from this image itself. Okay, first of all, like this is indoor lighting. Okay, you can tell like there is no sun or there is no moonlight, and again, this silhouette indicate like there is another subject in front of these two characters. Okay, and the mood you're trying to tell by looking at the color is kind of like these two characters are scared of what happened or what's going on. Okay, maybe scared of this character. Okay, so that kind of thing um, is something that you have to keep in mind as a lighting artist. And again, like it has a nice silhouette, so you can tell like this is probably a girl because you can see like by looking at this hair maybe that that kind of thing that you have to yeah, be mindful. And again, like this is another comparison. So if your scene supposed to be like this or your stage, right, and it's using like a default lighting, everything looks pretty much flat. Okay, there's no mood. It's very yeah, it doesn't sell to your audience. And by adding few lights, all right, things start to looking good. All right, there is a center of attention here, so it will guide the audience to focus in the middle of the stage. And again, you can also like putting things like fog, whatever, and things start to have you know change in the mood. So you can see like this is a nighttime or whatever, right? So yeah, it's much better than the first one. Okay, so having this in your assignment may not look good. Okay, so you always try to aim for something that has a mood, has a depth. Right now you can see like the hill is actually behind a castle as compared to this one. It seems like the hill kind of in the same plane as what the castle is. Right, whereas in this one you can see like this the hill, the castle, and the trees is actually like have a different like depth, and you can pretty much feel like these three is actually in front. Okay, because of the shadow are dropping to the back. Okay, little things that can improve your lighting uh, preferences. And again, I think like one of the most important things in lighting is mood. Okay, so this is actually taken from a film, Incredibles. Okay, in the early stage of the film, right, this character has a very like vibrant color, right? Everything's very yellow, because it tells you like this is like his past glory days, right? When he was still like young and strong, right? Everything looks nice. But as the story moves on, right, things start to get kind of sad for him, right? It's getting like fatter, right? And he does a very boring job. You can see there's a change in the color, right in here, okay, as compared to these nice, bright glory victory days, the color changed to something that's gray. And gray usually is a color for concrete. It's boring, right? It's dull, okay? And something that you can apply maybe in your animation film later on, okay? So play with the color. I think it's a good thing when it comes to lighting, all right? Something that you can experiment, because things like red usually are used for like action scene, right, or danger. So blue usually for sad or that kind of thing. It's very like a generic, in which something you can apply to your film or your assignment. Okay, and this is just an overview what people usually do in film. So again, they usually start with the sketches, right? The concept artist does that, and they do a color script for it. Okay, so they can see the lighting mood, right? So is it daytime? Is it nighttime? Is it a happy mood, or is it like a sad mood, or things like that? Okay, and then the modeler will do its job. They will do things like the props. They will do the scene. They will do all the character, right? Based on the sketches and the concept. Okay, and then moving on, right? They will do the texturing. Okay, they will do the texturing after the modeling is finished. Now, whereas in this stage, right, color lighting, they're usually based on the color script. Okay, so if we try to compare this picture with that one, right, it kind of similar or same, right? It has the same guts ray coming from the left, as you can see here, and it's pretty much maybe daytime, morning time, right, where the sun is still just nice, just rising, and it's a happy mood, right? Everything's in bright color and such. So you try to your best to kind of like match with the color script that is given to you. Okay, in the bigger production, each of these stage will have different people doing it. But again, if it's just a small studio or maybe even FYP, you get the chance like do everything this yourself. Okay, because the team is small and there's not much manpower, and you have to do this everything by yourself. Okay, but the idea is that don't jump into the lighting stage right away, because if you jump from here to here, they will be very difficult to kind of light the scene. Okay, you should always have the color script, because it will guide you the process of your lighting. So kind of like planning your story, you're planning your mood before you actually go to Maya right away.